Okay, so this is the high war. Uh, so yeah, Reaver just missed. He was trying to clean up uh, City 2 and came up a little short there. So let me go through and cover some of the highlights up high. So the high cities, there were 7 TH-11s here in this war. So DC is fighting these crazy high wars. And 6 and 7 were both 3-starred by Swan using Valk. So we'll show those in a bit. So here's City 1. So I ran drags at this. And so as you'll see, they have the air defenses all lined up on the same line with the town hall. So this is actually one that we could have also possibly run like the 25 Valk attack and going after. But there I've got one AD down, and I think that was. I really didn't think I was going to get this one. So I throw the 2 drags out on the flanks to get a little bit of a funnel going. With just the 2 drags, the eagle's not going to fire, so I've got some room. Now the eagle's going to come to life. I get my warden down. I hit the tome immediately, which basically helps hold off a little bit of that first volley from the eagle. I could have maybe waited a second or two on that. I've got 1 rage down, 2 rages down, got 1 freeze. I think I'm going to freeze behind the town hall here. I've got my last, got my last rage now. So I pick off that air defense behind the town hall, and I've got a couple drags there, hammering the town hall. Game, set, match on that one. So yeah, this guy didn't have anything in his town hall. I guess maybe he's just used to not getting beat, or maybe he's the only guy that supplies the town hall, and the rest of the guys didn't. So there goes the eagle, and cruising right along there. So yeah, just mopping up there and pushing it over 60%. So that was that. And then City 2, Mark. So this was actually, so Mark on his first attack. So one of the differences between TH10 and TH11 is you can't run minions at the end to get the second star. If you're going to run minions, you got to run them early before the eagle comes to life. So Mark does that here, and he pre-cleans about 4 or 5%, I think, with the minions. Gets a little damage done that way on the backside, and you know this is I don't want to say it's a standard base, but it's kind of the it's a base we see regularly. So he's going to quad quake it. I might have quaked first before dropping the golems, but you know that's, like I said, that's me. I tend to like to open the thing up. So I think he lost a little bit of time there early in this attack. But now he's rolling, and he's got his warden out there, hasn't used the ability yet. King and Queen haven't used ability yet. He's got his freeze down, he's got 1 rage left, and now the funnel's starting to happen. And he's basically just got to gut it out till he gets that Inferno. He's just about got it. There it is, gone. And now this is looking like a Clash Royale attack at this point with a swarm deck. And that always feels kind of good. But there's just so much defenses here in the belly, it starts to spread out a little bit. And it's going to end up at 1 star. So that was the only 11 that finished at 1 star. The rest were able to improve. So here's Zane. He hit this early with his kind of standard air mix, which is different than the mix most everybody else runs. He typically comes in with a Zap Quake at 11, and it works. And he has a drag and 3 loons in the CC instead of a hound. But that kind of makes sense because he's going to zap Quake. One of the ADs, so he gets another AD with his heroes here, or he gets close to getting that AD. So yeah, he's emptied the town hall, but didn't quite get that one. So now he brings the drags down and deals with the CC troops with a couple of drags before the eagle fires. Once he's got those done, now he's got to unleash all the drags. Actually, he did something to get the skeletons running the other direction, a couple of archers to lure them away. And so now here comes the main attack. It's got the warden down. It's hard to see. It looks like he actually has a warden in ground mode, not air mode. Interesting. Works either way. I usually run it in air mode with an air attack. But yeah, it floats over walls in ground mode. So he's not taking any additional heat running it. The main reason I typically run it in air mode is if I'm going against a city with a hound in the CC. When it's in air mode, it won't trip the hound. But that wasn't an issue here because the CC was ground anyway and it was already tripped. So air ground was pretty much irrelevant here. Although he may be doing that, keeping it in ground mode because the air defenses will get tripped by the drags and he doesn't have to worry about it. Okay. And, oh, it's me again. See what I did here. Well, I always run drags, so I guess I ran drags. Oh yeah, this is actually my base, essentially. This is what my defense had been up until this war. I actually changed my base this war and only got 1 star. So yeah, this base used to be kind of effective when everybody was running Go Wipe, but with the newer attacks that are coming out now, Valks, particularly our air attack, this city's in a lot of trouble. In this particular version of it, he's got his air defenses too far outside. So you'll see at this point, he's got no air defenses really covering the town hall. So I'm coming in from 6 to 9 on this one. As usual, I actually probably used the, oh no, there's the tome. It wasn't too badly timed there on that to give me invincibility. I like to do that before I rage because the tome counteracts the effect of the rage. So you want to time those things, choreograph it a little bit as best you can. And then at this point, really pretty just as straightforward as an attack gets. So as you can see, I'm already up at 60%, and I forget where I finished on this. Oh gosh, I even had a freeze left. Yeah, so this city, this war was 1, 2, and 3 looked pretty tough of the 11s, but 4 through 7 looked pretty simple. So yeah, I'm at 74%. I mean, if I'd have really put my thinking cap on, I might have gotten a little better result here, but we did okay. 77% on a TH11. Obviously, when the 11s first came out, we were struggling to get 2, and in most wars, quite often we just ignored them and hit the 9s and 10s. But now we're hitting them. So here's Reaver, and he's still running air, doesn't have his Valks upgraded yet. And yeah, this city was really such a straightforward run. You're able to chew through quite a bit with the heroes. only got 9% there, but same thing. You're seeing same technique, only drop 2 drags because the eagle won't fire. That's what you want to do. And then once the eagle starts firing, you get everything going. You get the warden out there. You use his invincibility. Get your rages down. He still had it. It was a little late on the quake. Usually he quakes early too. And then had a freeze at the end, and there it is. Yeah, this. I think you could have hit the city from either side, 9 to 12 or 3 to 6. Either one probably would have worked. You just had to pick one and go with it. So, yeah, nice run there for Reaver. And then the fun starts. So these are this is what Matt wanted to see. So when I told him I was going to do this video, at that point, Reaver had 3-starred 1 of the 11s. And then he came back later in the war and 3-starred another one. So these aren't really overly well developed 11s. So you can see the Infernos are not maxed. But just looking at the city, you can pretty much tell what he's going to do. So he starts the AQ walk on the side where the eagle is, and then drops the quad quake down. So he's actually in very good shape here. He hasn't, because this is so spread out, he hasn't had to use any special ability or anything really. And now the queen's going to power through the outer wall, which is actually a bonus here. He still does have, so he actually, one of the other things I want to point out, he only has 2 wall breakers on this one. Usually, on these big cities, you bring in a lot more wall breakers, but he looked at the walls, pretty easy, thought he could blow through right by the artillery piece there, and he does. So this is, what happened there was very beneficial to making this thing work. So he has the eagle's going to lock on to the golems, and you'll see a bunch of the Valks broke off and started circling, which is good because that way they don't get the shock damage. He had giants in his CC. Giants also tend to be helpful in this type of an attack. He could have run golems or giants. We've been we farm with both, either way, golems or giants. And here the giants held up pretty well. The healers actually followed the AQ. So basically the attack split on him, but not in a bad way. He had his Valks cleaning the left side in the AQ, followed by the healers, walk down the right side. He still has the warden tracking behind the golem that's still alive and ticking. Looks like there's a wizard in there pounding away. The wizard's going to try and get through the wall there, so we had just enough there. I guess he's got some archers outside. He had a couple pocket archers to help clean up on the outside. It was very close. Finally, quick kicks the queen's ability in at the end. A little bit of bad timing there. The spawned archers got whacked by a giant bomb, but really very nice 3-star on 11. I mean, 3 stars on 11 are always nice. And so if it's nice, why not be twice as nice? So here he is late in the war, came back and smacked another one. And so once again, this is, as I said, this is very much, this base is pretty much the definition of obsolete. So here starts the queen walk away from the air defense. So you can see that one air defense buried at about 930. The idea there was you don't want to engage the air defense and knock out your healers. Just have it start walking along. So this is a very, actually, in my view, a very good queen walk. But he did get to the point where the queen, once again, so both of these, they have light walls, and the queen actually punches through where it turns from a basically a queen walk into a queen charge. When that happens, it's time to uh, break out the big boys, which he does. So he's got the quad quake, which has opened things up right next to the eagle. Once again, he's running giants instead of a golem in the CC, and it seems to be working out for him. Now you've got the he is starting to take some damage on one of the healers. It's sitting back there, a couple of the healers. So that finally the queen wanders over and takes out that air defense. Still has one healer left. Okay, so that's actually has two healers left. So yeah, it's really one of the keys to successfully pulling this off is there are a bunch of giants bit the dust, is to keep a healer or two alive out of the original four. If you've got that, you're in pretty good shape. I think he held off on the tome until late. So now he's just got two of those corner pockets left. He has all three of his heroes alive, and the queen tracking right along with the healer behind it. There's really no stopping this attack at this point. And so there you have it. DC makes it perk 9 and 2 TH11 3 stars. And we're out. Enjoy. Cheers.